My name's Thomas Tafel. I work at Lexington Medical Center and I manage community outreach for the hospital. I met Jeff actually socially through some of the professional groups that I'm a part of in Columbia, some networking events, and we struck up a friendship prior to that. And from that, we built a relationship professionally for him helping me with finding a couple homes in the Columbia area. One of the reasons I chose Jeff is I know he's a man of high character. He's someone with high character and someone that was easy to work with, and I've seen him interact many times with many different people, and he's represented me as a buyer, which has been an amazing experience. You can't ask for a better agent to represent you, and from my experience as a buyer, so you need someone who's going to fight for you, think about what's right and what's wrong, be honest with you when you're looking at something, and really go to bat for you when you need them to. So Jeff's a great negotiator, and for me, I'm a very black and white person. He's a very black and white person. He would lay everything out to me straight up. I would tell him how I feel. We're usually in lockstep, and if he told me, he said, "Thomas, I don't think that's the right thing you need to do. This is what you need to do." I trusted him throughout the entire process, and ultimately, he always made the right decision, I felt like, and had my best interest when going through the negotiation for a house. And once we finally got to negotiations, to closing and things like that, email constantly, reminders, touching base with me, phone calls, cell phone, text messages, very easy to communicate with. I never felt like there was something I didn't know about or something surprised me. I was always made aware of any issue or anything that may come up in a timely manner, which is very easy to deal with, I think. There are multiple times where I felt like, when I worked with Jeff, there were multiple times where I felt like maybe he wasn't getting enough commission from me, because there was a house that he helped me with. There's an issue with the roof, and the seller was not budging on the roof, and Jeff constantly said, "We need a new roof. It's 20 years old. This needs to happen. No one's going to want to do this." And there were times where Jeff was having to deal with selling agents, with the seller at late times at night. Maybe I was asleep or early times in the morning, and I was not, readily available. But he made it work, and we actually ended up getting a new roof for the house. So go figure, right? But during the times of day where you don't expect someone to be working or expect them to be putting in that effort, he was there doing that. And in my eyes, when you want someone to go to bat for you when buying a home, buying a home can be a difficult process and a stressful process. And when you have a buying agent that is going to bat for you and during those times of the day, and you're not even expecting it, that's above and beyond. And I think that's what makes a smooth process for someone buying a home. If I didn't use Jeff, probably would have been a much different experience. I know there are good agents in the Columbia area. There's a lot of good people in the Columbia area. But for me, a lot of how I do business, or a lot of people I work with, I build relationships. People that I have strong relationships before anything. And having that relationship, a strong relationship, I think resulted in a better experience for me. If I were to try and do it myself, I know for a fact I'd probably still be looking. But by using Jeff, just made that experience so much easier and much more smooth, which is what you want when buying a home. You don't want all the hiccups. You don't want to have to be thinking at 11 at night, will I be getting this house or will I not? You know that someone's going to be working for you. So what is unique about Jeff as a realtor is his experience through his family's company with Second Wind Heating and Air. He has experience with contractors. He has experience with HVAC systems. He knows what he's looking for. He knows what to look for and when to look for it, and how to point things out where it might not be quite right. Or, have you looked at this? The little things that if you get enamored with a home, you think this is the right one, you might, as a buyer, overlook that little thing in the corner or that little issue, but he knows what to look for. And it's the attention to detail, which I find very important. Oftentimes we might get lost in the big picture of something, but Jeff provides that attention to detail that I think not a lot of other people have, and his previous experience definitely lends itself to make him a better realtor. So when I had originally contacted Jeff about buying a home, we discussed for a while before I started to look, but I gave him a set price range where I felt comfortable and it was a pretty concrete, this is where I want to stop. I can't go much higher than this. And Jeff worked tirelessly to make sure that what I wanted and what was available was in that range, and we're able to find a home in that range through his hard work, and he kept to it. He didn't try and push me higher. He knew my comfortability and kept within that range, which I found to be very important. Actually, this is an interesting thing. I have a coworker who is looking to buy his first home right now. I know the market's hot, but the first person I called was Jeff, and my coworker is actively working with Jeff to ensure that he finds the right first home for him. So what I would say is for someone looking to buy a home is contact Jeff. He's easy to work with. He's always available. He loves working with new clients, and so I think it's the right time, and he's the right person to work with. My name is Thomas Tafel, and I recommend anyone in the Columbia area to leave it to Lawler.